Are you tired of trying to do all the things? All you really want is to gain more energy and look better naked, or sometimes just not die walking up the stairs. Hi, I'm Dr. Letitia. I'm a physical therapist, run a nutrition coach that loves coffee, wine, and tacos. But my most important job is as wife and mother. I love helping others move, feel, and perform at their best without relying on pain meds or surgeries so that you can live your best life. The Get Fit Indie Show is for you if you believe fitness includes fueling your body and mind for life and wellness. Every week, we're going to deliver more natural ways to gain more energy, look and feel better naked, and have fun doing it. We love to support indie area local business, so highlighting healthier options, activities, and things to help you take action will be on tap as well. Have you or are you trying to find ways to live more naturally? Or what about finding things to do in the indie area to help keep you active, mobile, and fit? Well, these are just two of the topics you'll find my guests and I discussing each week on the Get Fit Indie podcast show. Learn how to take action by making small changes in the way you eat, think, and move. Be sure to subscribe to the Get Fit Indie podcast and join the Get Fit Indie with Dr. Letitia Facebook group. You're not destined to family history, pills, and injections for the rest of your life. Boost your energy and weight loss to beat pre-diabetes. A jumpstart to healthier eating, exercise, and tackle mindsets to improve your blood sugar, energy, and decrease your risk of pre-diabetes, or if you're diabetic already, get those numbers moving. Welcome to episode 9. Boost your energy and weight loss to beat pre-diabetes. As a licensed physical therapist, nutrition coach, and really a lifetime advocate for fitness and wellness, it hits directly home when it comes to abnormal blood sugars, diabetes, as well as this struggling with the whole family history and just us sitting back and not being as proactive when it comes to our health and wellness. We are largely reactive. So when we get the diagnosis, that's when we jump into action. Or we're slow to jump into action and just rely on, okay, they say I'm pre-diabetic, or now I'm diabetic. They give me metformin, told me to exercise, and that's it. That does not have to be the way things are, and not have to be what the rest of your life looks like. But before we dive in, I actually had a different topic for this week and had an interview set up, wasn't able to do that. So then this really kind of came to mind to say, what else can we do for the Get Fit Indie podcast to reach more people, not just in the Indianapolis area, and what is a topic that hits directly home for me? So this topic definitely came up to the forefront. So with diabetes, it affects millions of people. And then definitely in Indiana alone, about 12.9% of the population are diabetic. That ranks us number 9 in the U.S. based on some 2018 reports. And that means so many more people are pre-diabetic, meaning they have above normal blood sugar levels and they're on their way to becoming diabetic. The one thing that's so strange about that is you really don't know if you're pre-diabetic or not. You may or may not have any signs or symptoms. And you may have already gotten to the point where you're fully a diabetic and you don't know based on your numbers. So what can we do to take back our health? Across the country, more than 30% of individuals are diagnosed as pre-diabetic, and they will go on to develop diabetes. We are in crisis, and you need a plan, and we need a plan. I'm directly affected, including in my family and many others I know. Over the last year or so, it's definitely been where I've been struggling with that borderline of the blood sugar levels. As we age and change, I also have a family history as well, and an active individual. So what can we do to get out of that pre-diabetic state and not just think, well, my family, it runs in my family, nothing I can do about it, or even erasing some of the stigma that you have to be grossly overweight to get it. You can be skinny and unhealthy. So don't think it's not something that can directly affect you. My grandfather, he was on dialysis for years as a result of diabetes and uncontrolled sugar, leading him eventually, thankfully, to receive a kidney transplant. Aunts, uncles have abnormal blood sugars, are diagnosed as being diabetic, and many are probably on the spectrum of being pre-diabetic as well. So we know the direct impacts that it can involve and how it can touch many others and then lead into some gross disabilities and decreased quality of life. So what is diabetes? It's basically sugar builds up in the blood instead of doing its job of supplying energy to your cells that make up muscles and other tissues. So moving sugar to your cells requires insulin. With prediabetes, that process ain't working well. So either insulin's not being produced or working the way it should. So how do you know if you're pre-diabetic or not? What are the signs? What are the symptoms? The scary thing is you typically don't have any. Yep, I'm going to just leave that right there. Think about it. You typically do not have signs or symptoms. You could take what your normal activity and normal daily life looks like, and it could be masking some things. You could not even tell until you get into potentially a emergency situation. So signs you're moving into diabetes, or now you might be officially classified as diabetic, could include increased thirst, frequent urination, excess hunger, fatigue, blurred vision. So this ain't no joke. You may also have had some of this going on, but not even realize what it is. Another indicator is going to be a blood test that you get called the A1C. The A1C actually measures what your blood sugars are over a 2 to 3 month period. And that test is ordered by your doctor, and you can get that. Definitely go to your primary care physician, nurse practitioner, whoever you need to be able. So if you feel like you haven't been doing very good track with what your numbers look like, including blood pressure, cholesterol, you definitely want to get your blood sugar tested. And that is actually a fasting test. So know your numbers. Don't be wondering, don't be guessing, thinking it can't affect me. Know your numbers so that you can decrease your risk. So let's talk about 5 ways to boost energy and jumpstart your weight loss to decrease your risk. Water. Number 1, yes, up your water game. Dehydration can cause fatigue. Yes, start slow so you don't need to jump to 50 gallons a day of water. Okay, well, not quite that much. But water plays an essential role in how our body operates, moves, how we feel overall. So even sometimes when you're thinking you're hungry, you might actually be dehydrated and you need to go ahead and drink some water. I think that water is just an essential tool in a lot of things that we do. Now my water game, it needs improvement. I've really been struggling with trying to increase my water intake, and I'm trying to get to the half my body weight in ounces per day. Haven't reached that yet. I might have had a couple days where I've reached that, but I continue to find ways to increase my water intake, make it something that is just going to be a part of my life. I like the idea of making lifestyle changes and not jumping on what's the new fad diet, what's the new deal. Because once you jump on something and you call it a diet, then that implies it's temporary. And that's something that you can get off of. So I don't like the idea of hopping on things and getting off of them. Some things that you may change immediate, that you might have to make drastic changes and remove some things. Cool. do that. Don't make it to the point where it's so drastic that it's not something you're going to be able to keep up with your lifestyle. You didn't really learn how to eat well, how to increase your water. That's just my little 2 cents. All right, number 2, movement. Yes, sitting all day can actually make you tired. That seems backwards, right? Well, our bodies were made to move. Now, movement to me and movement to you may look like 2 different things. Find something that fits for you, you're going to enjoy and stay consistent with. But we have to get our movement, something to get our heart rate up, and we have to do things to actually strengthen our muscles. And that goes well beyond, I have a job where I walk all day, or I walk to and from the bathroom. Structured movement and strength are going to be things that really need to be incorporated into what we do and how our body operates. 3, breathing, relaxation, prayer. Those are definitely things that are known to decrease stress, improve, obviously, our mood, the way we feel, things we're able to be able to accomplish when we have that quiet time. Even if you can just grab something sitting at your desk, couple of inhales, breaths, wake up in the morning, say a quick prayer, work on to incorporating some things of relaxation into your daily life. We are such a go, 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 and we're so used to just going. We don't have that off switch, and that we have set aside structured time. Stressed, moving, shaking, doing all that can have a drastic effect on your energy levels. Now, kind of piggybacking over breathing, relaxation, and prayer, number 4 is, have you considered a mental health checkup? Mind and body work together. If we're struggling with a few things, stress, anxiety, all the things above, then that energy can be zapped all over. Your energy levels will be grossly affected. I know during this pandemic, your mental health has probably taken a hit. It has for all of us. You aren't human if you have not been affected by what's going on in the world today. From COVID-19 to racial injustices going on and continue to go on, 2019 has been a heck of a year so far. So keep that in front of your mind when it comes to why you may have been feeling like your energy levels are low or your motivation is low. It doesn't have to be, sometimes people think about depression or stress or anxiety. They think that, okay, I'm not really depressed unless I'm, in the bed all day long with, the cover over my head and I just can't do anything. There's so many different levels. I'm not a mental health professional, so don't take it from me. Check out a mental health professional if that's something that you're struggling with. Find someone that you can confide in. Know that you're not alone, and it may be helpful to consider counseling for anxiety, depression, or high stress. Sometimes there's a stigma about going to talk to someone, but you aren't an island. Take that step. It could be a crucial role in your quality of life overall. Last but not least, number 5. Unwind before bed. Yes, set up a routine to prepare yourself for sleep. Stress and sleeping habits do have an effect on your energy levels. I know there's several people that are probably insomniacs, but guess what? If you continue to go on social media and scroll through and look at screens and don't work on setting up a plan for what sleep looks like for you that you can try to stay consistent with, yes, we all have abnormal nights and days that we can't really stay on to a struggle. But setting up kind of what a sleep plan looks for you, it pays a whole lot in dividends when it comes to what your energy looks like for the next day and beyond. So because chronic sleep deprivation can lead to other health issues that you don't want to fool with for sure. So decreasing your risk means decreasing your weight, eating a healthy diet, becoming physically active, avoiding tobacco, getting your blood sugar checked, blood pressure, and cholesterol checked regularly. So let's face it, that's what they say should be done, but we really know That's easier said than done. We hear recommendations. I'll get to it. And we don't want to come to the point where now it's not too late, but now something significant has occurred in our health and we're forced to jump into action. I've really thought about this, and I think people have a hurdle and they're trying to do all the things and they're trying to figure out, how can I switch this? How can I change that? And then when you look at a bunch of things or you try to do a bunch of things at a time, then you're going to fail at all of them. You get discouraged and you just get back into the same rut. Well, I have a special program I've been working on to help people take back their health, decrease the risk of developing diabetes. It's called the 30 Days to Beating Pre-Diabetes. It's a 4-week online program with some course materials delivered via email, text, private Facebook group with weekly live video with accountability and a focused topic for the week. There are several areas that will be addressed during the group, and the 4 main areas are going to include Mindset in Diabetes 101, nutrition for better blood sugar control, optimal exercise, finding that fit that works for you and how to integrate that into your lifestyle, and then stress and sleep. The pilot program is just at a steal. It's $37, and the trial group will have lifetime access to any new course materials and are welcome to participate as new groups of people enjoy. We really want to get this catered to what the needs are of individuals so they can really make this as beneficial as possible and continue to grow and develop and help as many people as possible. So I'm looking to help as many people as possible in this first group. That's why this pricing will only be available for this group and probably won't be offered any lower in the future. If this sounds like a fit, then text the phrase "Beat Diabetes" to 317-451-6786 to lock in and secure your spot. So the phrase is "Beat Diabetes." The number is 317-451-6786. Or you can visit my website at drletitiapt.com/30days. The 30-day program for this pilot group begins August 10th. So if you happen to be listening to this after that date, don't worry. We'll still be able to get on the wait list for the next time that we'll be offering this group. So at the time of this recording, we're about 2 or so weeks away from the first pilot group for the 30 days to beating pre-diabetes. 30-day program begins on August 10th. Look forward to seeing you guys all virtually and being able to have as many people participate as possible. We want to take back our health. We want to live our best life and not be relying on metformin, other diabetes medicine, insulin for the rest of your life. Now remember, in this program, this is a wellness program, so it's not to be replaced with advice in terms from your physician. So I'll see you again next week. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and leave a sister review. Leave a sister a review too, if you don't mind. Remember, health is wealth. Live your best life every day, and God bless. Hey everyone, thanks for listening to the show. I know there are a million other things you could be doing, and you probably were doing as you were listening. I got all the love for you. Check out the show notes to grab any tidbits or tools that were discussed today. Be sure to subscribe via Apple, Google, or whatever floats your fancy. You don't want to miss next week's show. Until next time, God bless, health is wealth, and remember, every day is a chance to live your best life.